everything's all right, man. What's going on with you?
Oh, just chilling, man. Just giving my peoples a sneak peek of what we got. The plans that we got going on for this week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just letting the fans know. What we got going on this week, man. Coming. We got some good questions for you, man. Coming up this week, and let me give you an intro, man. This is a Compton OG, man. This was before NWA times. This was before Above the Law. This was before Easy E. This was around the era of Mixed Master Spade, Tidy P, and who else? Give me a couple other names, Ken. Who else? This was before Uncle Jam's
Quick,
Army.
before Quick and Nate and
Yeah, this was before
Prince
Quick
Easy.
Eight. Yes, yep. And he also stamped
The beginning,
Dog
beginning.
Man's album. He stamped Dog Man's album, which was a very good album, also, man. So
Yeah,
he
dog man.
still got. He may,
Yeah, yeah,
he may got a couple of few gray hairs, man, but he still got the swag. He still got the voice. He still got the intros. He got what it takes, man. He can go out there and actually put out an album today. You know what I'm saying, and actually do some numbers, man. So this is a Compton OG. You know what I mean?
no
One of his
doubt.
kind. With the voice. He has a voice that nobody's ever been able to imitate, man. So I'm letting my fans know this is Mix Master Ken, man, and how you doing tonight, Mix? Big Mix Master Ken.
Oh man, shit. I'm just out here chasing a couple of dollars. You know.
Like always, man. Every time I talk to you, man, you're out there trying to get that paper. Whether
Yeah.
it's DoorDash or getting that casino money. You're out there trying to get it, man. That's what I respect about you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. That's what I do. I like to gamble and stuff, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I do my little door dashing and stuff. It ain't nothing wrong with it. I mean, you got the door dash to make it these days. You can make it a hundred different
100 different
ways.
ways. That's right, man.
Yeah,
I respect that, man. And I was having a conversation with a couple of guys earlier, man, and we all kind of came to the conclusion that for you being a OG, to the game as far as gangster rap, man, you should be rewarded more, man. So this is me giving you your flowers, man. You've done a lot for Compton gangster rap. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And my boy, he's not even, he's not a gangbanger, man.
yeah. When they say gangster rap, you know, people tell me I started gangster rap. Some people say,
Stories about you. You know what I'm saying? From being over there in 151 and
yeah. But see, I'm gonna say it like this: when it comes to the gangster rap, it's, gangster rap is all over right now. I mean, it's all over the West Coast. It's all on the West Coast, especially, right? You know, and it's hundreds of gangster rappers, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to say I started West Coast gangster rap or California gangster rap, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
I do believe that I was the first one that was doing what they call gangster rap, because I
yeah.
wasn't calling it gangster rap. It
At
was
that
like,
time, did they?
it was like street reporting or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And like Spade, he was the you know I label him as the first rapper out of Compton. I
Hmm.
label myself as the second rapper out of Compton, but he wasn't doing gangster raps. He wasn't doing no street raps or nothing like that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Until
Mm-hmm.
I got on the tapes with him. And when I did, I feel that I'm the one that started it, because I would get criticized from like neighbors, like older neighbors, people that want to be my godparents and stuff or whatever. And my mother would hear me in my room rapping and stuff like that or whatever, and boy, when the police hear that tape, they gonna take you to jail and stuff like that, right? I was always getting criticized for it. Wasn't nobody else doing it, you know. not even cursing on their tapes or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
so in Compton, I feel that yeah, I started it. I started it in Compton, and if it, and now when they ask where it comes from, they say it came from California, right? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Pretty much.
In the county of Los Angeles,
Hey, but you know what
in the
you know what
city of
get
Compton. So
hey,
I
you
mean,
know what gets me? A
mm,
lot of the East Coast rappers, they had a lot of bad things to say about the West Coast gangster rap genre. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Oh, those Jerry Curl wearing motherfuckers, those slack wearing motherfuckers, and this, that, and the third. But
yeah,
a lot of people feelings got hurt because these niggas that they call Jerry Curl wearing motherfuckers or whatever, they was actually out there selling units. You know what I'm saying? Out the trunk. You
yeah,
know, in the time when New York artists were kind of having a downslope, and in some of their careers. You know what I'm saying? The
yeah.
West Coast was driving during that time. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know,
It was
I feel they was wrong for doing that. I feel that they shouldn't even like criticize us like that because number one, they wasn't living over here to see how we were living, to see
exactly.
to check our dress code and stuff like that or whatever, right?
Yeah,
That's why I don't say the only reason why I say, well, I'm not saying I started gangster rap in the west on the West Coast because I wasn't everywhere on the West Coast.
yeah,
You know, I was in the
but
or in California. I
yeah,
lived in Compton, California, right? I know
hmm
what was happening in Compton.
yeah.
I I know
Compton was
I
his
know I was the
own.
first one. I know I was the first one in Compton, right? But
Right.
was I the first one in L.A. County? Well, that's a little research I did. You know what I'm saying? And as far
Yeah.
as I went,
There's a
as far as my research, right? So I feel that yeah, I might have, it's a great possibility that I was the first one in the L.A. County, in the county of Los Angeles, right? But I feel
right.
that I am the first one out of Compton doing gangster rap. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And but at the time I was doing it and stuff, I didn't announce that I know I was the first one because I wasn't trying to glorify it like that because I was getting criticized. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I didn't want to glorify that. Yeah, I'm let it be known that I'm the one that started it, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That didn't start
Hmm.
coming out till like years later. But I knew that once they do like a power research or whatever, that the finger will be pointed at me or my crew. You know, you know what I'm saying? And by I mean I just said we started it. Me, Spade, and Toddy T.
Okay. If you had to break gangster rap into like classes, right? Were you and Tiny T and Mixed Master Ken, were y'all like in the same class?
Um,
When it come down to high school, you got your freshman, you got your sophomore, your
oh,
junior and
oh.
your senior. Like
Well,
were y'all in like the same class?
I say it like this. I'm a year older than Toddy T. I
Hmm.
graduated in '82. Toddy T graduated in '83. He graduated in '80. Right? But
Right.
they had combination classes. Like the food class. Me and
Yeah.
Todd was in or they had fifth and sixth period together. When you go to
Hmm.
fifth period, it turns into sixth period. We stayed in that class for two periods or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And
Back hey, back in those days,
me
junior
and
high
Todd was in
school.
the same class. I'm gonna tell you something. Me and Todd was in the same class. This was in '80. This was in '80, probably '82. Probably it's either '81 or '82. Well, I graduated in '82, but I know the bottom part of '82, like from March on to June, my fifth and sixth period was gym because I played varsity baseball for Compton High. I was a pitcher, you
Yep.
know. So I want to say maybe '81. Me and Todd used to be in there, and I was like a class clown. I was always cracking jokes and having everybody laughing and stuff or whatever. And Todd, he was writing rhymes then, but he wasn't making no tapes or nothing like that. But he knew how to
Hmm.
write. He knew how to write. That's what he did do. And it's a trip. What really made him make that? that Marvelous Underground tape with the
Mm-hmm.
first battle round, the street battle round, because Spade kind of teased him when me and Spade was making the tape and Todd was over there, and Spade was like, "Yeah, yeah, Todd, maybe you need to go home and write some rhymes or whatever, because Toddy T, he used to DJ a lot and be, he was more like a blender than a scratcher, and that's what made Todd go home. Like when Todd went home, he said he was watching the news and they was showing the bat around, tearing up somebody's house, and he was like, you know what? I'm gonna rap me a rap about this, And matter of fact, I'm gonna do some instrumentals like Mix Master Ken be doing, and that's what he
Mm.
did. And that's what he did. And me and Spade, we made tons of tapes. Spade made way more tapes than me, but we made tons of tapes. Like tapes, different tapes, like every day down there. But like I say, it takes one tape, or one rap to really open somebody's eyes or whatever, And that's what Ty did with that Gangsta Battle Round, the cursing version,
Mm-hmm.
That's
Hey,
what he did.
let me ask you a question real quick.
Yeah.
Back when Tiny T signed a deal with Thump Records, was that the first record company he was with?
No.
What was the first record company he was with?
Uh, I don't know if it was Warner or Epic. It was one of them. It was one of them that signed into some kind of deal or whatever, But I know the label he
Well,
was on was EGM Records, but I'm not too sure what company it was. I don't want to say the wrong one, But
well,
yeah,
that's another good thing that I could say about you, man. You was kind of one of the first that did the out the trunk stuff. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You had your tapes in the trunk, and you would stop and sell them at the swap meet. In the alley over there on Alondra. You know what I mean? On
yeah,
Central, over on
yeah.
151.
Yeah,
Over
I was
by the
all over.
airport, at the car wash over by the airport, Walters Market. You know what I'm saying? All those little spots like that. When I first
Yeah.
experienced you, man, it was back in the days. A guy that grew up over there, he used to come through the alley, man. My uncle, he had probably one of the most notorious spots over there off of Alondra, man, the alley and shit over there down the
Mm.
alley from Chuck's. And
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
yeah, some of the guys they would come over there and they would give it, like in the morning they would catch us ditching and they would make us get in the car with them and they would make sure that we got the food back in those days. You know what I mean? And the first
Right.
time I actually heard your song was in one of the OG brothers that live over there, man. Older guy, he rest in peace. His name is Shark.
Mm.
Me and my homeboy Jason, we was ditching school, and he made us get in the car with him. And he had the little Alpine tape player, pull out radio, and
Mm.
he was bumping your shit. He was bumping Tidy T because they were real close friends with Tidy T because Tidy
Yeah.
T stayed right there on Aprilla and Track New. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
And but yeah, my question is were you the first to do the independent hustle, like selling out the trunk and going hand to hand, meeting people, shaking hands, and
Um.
doing it like that?
Well, I had to hand that to Mixmaster Spade because actually that's pretty much how I got the idea of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
He told me, he's like, yeah, get a box of tapes. I would go to the swap meet and get a box of a 60-minute tapes for $10, a box of 90-minute tapes for $15, and I had a
Mm-hmm.
double cassette deck. I had a double cassette deck radio, and I had a double cassette deck player. And
Mm-hmm.
so what I would do, I would take a tape and I would run copies on them. And I couldn't just get like one box or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
I
pretty
had boxes
sure.
of them. I had boxes of them, and I was sign my name. I put my name on it, Mix Master Ken. And
Mm-hmm.
or the name of that tape or whatever.
Because your
I
tape,
made a lot.
your
I picked
tape
a lot of
actually
records.
spread it like wildfire, man. I remember back in those days. You remember when we was kids, and we wasn't even. This was even before bikes. we would get the milk cartons, right? And we would
Right.
those big milk crates, and we
Yeah.
would fix everybody in the neighborhood would fix those milk crates up. We would have competitions of who can fix up their milk crate. So we would get
Yeah.
the little roller skates off. We
Oh,
would
make
tear the
go karts.
yeah, we would tear the shoe
Yeah.
part off the roller skates,
Right.
put
We
it on
did
the
that
bottom
too.
of the crate, and we would
Yeah.
plush it all out. We would put like the little plush carpet in there, and we would make our homemade boom boxes. You know what I'm saying? We had people like my uncle that can make a speaker box for us. You know what I mean? And we would take the speakers out of our parents. You remember the old radios that they used to have back in the days? They had the built-in the built-in record player,
Yeah. It
and
had
you pull it
everything in
up.
there. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
and
components had.
so
Yeah.
so I got my ass whooped for this, but I took two speakers out of my mom's old radio and had my uncle. He made me a little speaker box out of it, and I put it inside of my little crate. My little crate board, what we used to call them. You know what I mean? We would
Yeah.
fix those crates up, and we had a little club, man. We would push those crates around, and
Yeah.
we'd be bumping. We'd be bump, because back then it wasn't really much to listen to as far as rap. You know what I mean? Before the
Right. Right.
NWA era came around, so it was basically Mixed Master Spade, Mixed Master Ken, Tidy T, and
That's
who
the order
else?
it went. That's the order it went. DJ
Yeah,
Var,
yeah, yeah,
DJ
yep.
Star, DJ Star,
And then
DJ
and
Var,
then
Dance
you would
Pop.
probably start hearing stuff from the World Class Wrecking Crew after y'all era. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. And it was a dude in the swamps. He sung that song. Before you turn off the lights, let's get one thing understood. You remember
Yeah.
that song?
Yeah. Yeah. From World Class.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, that was one that was cool, but that wasn't even considered rap. That would be kind of like R&B in this
R&B.
time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man,
Yeah.
those we didn't have very many choices for gangster rap back in them days. But
Yeah. Yeah.
after y'all, it kind of spread it like wildfire, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I want to give you your flowers for being one of the most independent, rappers from back in those days. You know what I'm saying? Because Tidy T, he signed to a label. Did Mix Master Spade sign to a label back then?
Uh, well, Mixed Master Spade, he had his own little label, L.A. Posse.
Okay,
Uh,
okay.
you know, and he made an EP. He made an EP, and basically what we was doing, we wasn't, we didn't really focus on making albums. We was just making singles, or whatever, like that or whatever, But
Mm.
Tyler Busy made him a couple of albums, you know.
Yeah, Ty. Yeah,
And
I was
Spade made
listening.
a EP, and I didn't make no album or no EP. Or whatever. I just like, I liked the mix. I liked the mix, but but even though I'm Mixed Master Ken, I started off as DJ Ken, right?
Hold
You
on one
know.
second, Ken. Let me plug in my charger. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
You keep talking though. I'm
Yeah.
plugging in my charger. Go ahead. I'm listening to you though.
Yeah. See, um, I started off. My stage name was DJ Ken because I was
Mm-hmm.
DJing parties, with Spade, and then I didn't like DJing. I didn't like like DJing no more, like not no parties or whatever, because you know what, every time I would go with Spade, and Spade would go. I don't care what neighborhood it is, what city, how crazy it was over there. He would go over there and DJ, and they gave him his props and stuff, or whatever, But you know, I was it kind of spooked me, So I stopped DJing. I just rather mix and rap, and I wanted to rap. I made a point that I rap over my tapes so people would know who mixed it. You know, so I
Mm-hmm.
started calling myself MC Ken.
Mm.
If to be honest, 80 at least 80% of these rappers today, from start to fin, from the 80s to right now,
Mm-hmm.
had different names before they end up with the name that they have now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was DJ Ken, I was MC Ken, and then my friend T Roller over in Park Village, him and
Uh,
Spade, him and Spade would always tease me and say, "Yeah, we're gonna start calling you Mixed Master Ken." You know, I didn't like that name. You know, I'm like, no, I'm MC Ken. I have them little Leatherman jackets. I go to the federal pants get and put my name on it and stuff. Whatever, MC Ken. But
Mm.
it's like this. But you got to understand, if you don't make your own nickname, you got to catch a bond with a person with a nickname that a person give you. I don't care if somebody told me, start calling me Big Bank Ken or Playboy Ken or whatever. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? I got to, you got to catch a bond with that. You get me?
Mm.
You know,
Yeah, that's
and it was fun making them tapes, but but it was kind of hard for me to do that at the start at home because my mother, man, she thought I went crazy or whatever. She thought I was crazy. Like, damn, he's on there on that microphone cursing, and he's scratching up his records and stuff like that. Now I understand I understand where she came, where she coming from because it came back on me. It came
mm.
back on me by her getting on me like I got on Spade. Like, when I first heard Spade tape, I've been knowing, I've been knowing me, and they said that Spade that made that tape. I said, who? Tony around the corner? Yeah. So I went around there when he was mixing. He was in there making tapes and whatever, mixing. And people would be at his window watching him, right, or in his room. But there was so many people around. All I could see him. I could hear the music. I could see some of the equipment, but I couldn't see what he was doing when he was scratching the records. I didn't see that. So maybe the next day or a couple of days later, I was rolling around there in 151. He stayed right there on the corner, 151st, and I went over
Mhm.
there. And I said, man, I want to see how you do that, And he asked me, do you got he asked me if I had a couple of records at home. And I said, do I have a record, this certain record? And I said, yeah, because like when records came out, like I Need a Freak and Freakazoids and stuff like that, I would go to the record shop and get it, like everybody else,
Hey,
right? So
hey,
I
hold on,
goes over, yeah.
not to cut you off, but did you make a parody song to "Freaks Come Out at Night"?
No, Tony T did.
He made he did a remake to that song.
Yeah, the club come out at night.
Oh, okay, okay. You made a couple of parody songs. What they call them?
I made a whole lot of them. That's what made Todd want to flip those songs. I was the first one doing that before you even heard of Weird Al Yankovic and Bobby Jimmy and them
Yep,
and stuff.
that's what I was.
I was the
That's what
first.
I.
I was doing that. I was doing that.
Who
And
did that? Hey, who did that song? Roaches.
I did that.
Okay.
Uh,
Yep.
Thomas Social Club did Rumors. Bobby
Yeah.
Jimmy did no. Bobby Jimmy did Roaches. I'm sorry. Bobby Jimmy did Roaches, and I did Cluckheads.
Oh shit. Yeah,
You
that's
know,
some his. That's some
but
history
but
right
but
there.
yeah, yeah. I flipped. I flipped his, however, but I was doing it before him though, because the first one I did was the cops are watching me off of somebody's watching me off of Rockwell. That was the
Yes.
first. That was the
I always
that was the
feel
first. Right.
like
That was the
he's
first one.
watching
That's the
me.
first one I did. But it's a trip. It's a trip. So check this out. Remember, Spade started in '79. I started in '81. Right now,
Hmm.
back in 1976,
Hmm.
I was in the sixth grade. Right, I wasn't even thinking about none of that. Spade wasn't even thinking about none of that. Right, I wasn't thinking
Yeah.
about none of that. Like I said, I was a comedian. I
Yeah.
knew how to crack jokes and stuff. Right. I
Yeah.
remember like it was yesterday. I was on the school bus. We was going on a field trip from Large Street Elementary School, and they would play records on the radio on the bus, and and I'm the comedian on the bus. It's me and a couple more of my partners that crack jokes. So when Benny and the Jets came out by Elton John, I would say Kenny and the Jets, and everybody would laugh. You know what I'm saying?
So, so you actually did a song to that?
No, I didn't do no, because it didn't register in my mind that I mean I had never heard of rap, rap music or whatever then. Even though they say it came out in '73 in New York, but I mean like they didn't have rap songs out or nothing. But I'm just saying, I would just say I was when he say Benny Benny like that. You know what I'm saying? I had a
Mm-hmm.
friend I had a friend named Lenny. I had a neighbor named Charlotte. Her name we call her Penny. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My name was Kenny. You know what I'm saying? And I would look out, Lenny, Penny, you know what I'm saying? It might have been
Mm,
somebody named Denny, and I say, Kenny and the Jazz, like that, right? And everybody would start laughing. I would do that at the house and shit, when it come on, and with the summertime and stuff. I'm in the sixth grade and stuff, right? So I knew how to crack jokes and flip lyrics and stuff like that or whatever. You get
mm,
what I'm saying? But the
mm,
thing is, the trip part, I'm gonna tell you what tripped me out about flipping these songs, though.
mm.
Now, what's this? 2023. Okay,
Yeah,
back in 2019, I was at this club. I was a surprise special guest at out in Cuttier. I forgot the name of the club, right? But
yeah.
anyway, so when they finally called out the surprise guest, I came out and I had like one of my penalties on, but but up under it I had that sweat shirt that said OG Mix Master Ken on it, but I had to cover it because I was a surprise guest. So I'm sitting up there talking, and the DJ, it was like a young dude. He wasn't an OG, and it was a trip because he was playing songs while I was sitting there talking like instrumentals. And I said, "Damn, that's funny that you playing that song. I used to rap off that song." Well, I didn't say that when they played Genius of Love because I figured they gonna play Genius of Love while I'm talking because that's what I'm known for rapping on. But when
Mm,
they but when they played "The Day Was a Good Day" by Ice Cube, I flipped that before, right? To '93 is a
yeah,
good year. And then they
yeah.
and they played Thomas Social Club. They played Rumors. They
Mm,
didn't play Roaches. They played Rumors. I said, damn, I flipped that one, right? And I did it for them, but I did Rumors on I did Cluckheads on the Genius of Love because I like it to go slower. But
mm.
that DJ did. He tried to be smart. He said, "I tell you what, can you flip this?" Because he was I don't know if he was Hispanic, but he wasn't black. He was different color line, and
Mm-hmm.
and the majority of the people there were Hispanic. Anyway, Hispanic. So so I said and my manager at the time, Danny Garcia, he said because my manager was Hispanic. He said he could flip anything. I'm like, damn, what is he talking about? So then homeboy put on that Pina Colada song. Pina Colada,
Yeah,
boom, boom, boom,
I'm talking
whatever.
about the original, the original, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And he made it instrumental. He said, he said, he said, can you flip this one? And it was like boom, 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 boom. You heard that song before? You like
Yeah, I know
Pina
how.
Colada, getting caught up in the rain, and all this, all right?
Yeah, yeah,
So I did a verse. I flipped it. I didn't see that coming. I didn't even see that coming. I said, damn, do I still have it in me? Because this was like just 4 years ago. So he said, yeah, flip this. And everybody waiting. So I got to say something, right? So I
yeah.
did something like this. It's corny. It got to be corny. When I flip song, now when I'm rapping off, I'm not corny on there. When I'm doing nightmares on the nightmare on the white off of Nightmares of the Night or the
Mm.
helicopter or the songs I flip, it got to be corny. If it ain't corny, it ain't gonna sound right.
The
You know what I'm
helicopter,
saying?
the helicopter song, is one of my favorite songs. I remember you
I
saying that.
redid. You know where they come from? From me redoing the old school battery.
Yeah, but I remember you
But look,
saying. I remember you
but
saying that you didn't like that song, man. What about that song you
no,
didn't
no, I
like?
like the helicopter. I like the helicopter. I didn't like I bumped your head.
Okay, okay. I
Yeah,
got it. Up.
and I didn't like my part on Back to the Old School. I just didn't like it. But anyway, because I'm used to singing that on up the Genius of Love. I mean, up of Mr. Big Stuff,
Hmm.
and the beat was more faster, so I had to speed it up and stuff. So I didn't, what I'm saying. But people liked it though. They put me in the magazine out there in Seattle for that. I mean, Sacramento or Seattle. Todd had showed me. This is back in '95 though. But back to that Pina Colada song, I just it just came to my head, right? I said, it's corny though, right? I said something like, I'm drinking on pina colada. Okay, when I was doing the echo part, the vibe part, and everything, right? I said,
Hmm.
I'm drinking on pina coladas, y'all, and I'm gonna drink them till they gone, boom, boom,
No.
boom. Besides, I know a lot of y'all, It's probably tripping off of my song, boom, boom, boom. But you could find me in the CPT, CPT. I started Compton's rapper fame, boom, boom, boom. And now that I'm a rap star, rap star. See all these heifers love my name, love it. Boom, 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 boom. I was right on beat, and so they was loving that shit, right? I just made it up right there. I didn't wrote it. And then right, you know what I'm saying? It's like boom, 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 boom. I said, if you don't know what they call me, boom, 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 call me Mix Magic and boom, boom, boom. If you don't know what they call me, boom, 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 call me Mix Magic. And, then I just stopped. I started laughing and shit, you know. But they was like, damn. It was tripping my managers and them. I was like, damn, how did you think of that? I said, shit, I don't know. It just, he put me on the spot. I
It
didn't
just
see it.
came.
I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming. It's fun when you do it. When
Mm-hmm.
because you don't know what you're gonna think. You don't know what they're gonna ask you. You know, just like that's just like with Curtis Blow. I used to hang out with Curtis Blow at Power 106, and he used to
Yeah.
work up there. He used to work up there from 6 o'clock in the evening to 10. He used to work from 6 to
Curtis,
10.
Curtis Blow. Curtis Blow is a West Coast legend, also, right?
He's the East Coast.
East Coast. Okay, my bad. Yeah, he's an East Coast legend. Yeah, for sure. But he's still alive and still. Well, I don't know if he's still doing music, but he's still. I think he has a radio show. I think he does Rock the Bells with LL Cool J sometimes too.
Probably so. I haven't talked to I mean not Ella. I haven't talked to Curtis Blow. It's been some years on top of years since I talked to him. But I mean, I can get in touch with him though. But yeah, we hung out like wet clothes and stuff. He was Spade. He was real close to Spade from New York. He told me that's how he heard of me. Um, through Spade. Spade when he go back and forth to New York, he would take tapes with him and stuff. And that's how Curtis Blow had heard of Mixed Master Ken. You know.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hey, well, let me ask you out of your fair. I know there's a lot of new school rappers that you like, man. But give me a top 10 of your favorite from your class
Top 10 rappers
of rappers from your school, your from the old school, like your class. You know what I mean?
from my class.
Yes,
Oh,
one to
most
ten.
definitely.
It ain't got to
Okay.
be. It don't have
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
in order or
yeah, yeah,
nothing.
yeah. I'm not gonna. I probably don't put it in order,
Yeah.
but when it comes to questions like that, I'm always say LL Cool J. He's gonna always be number one on top, right? In my LL Cool J, uh, King T, Ice Cube.
Mm-hmm.
I'm naming the '80s, right?
You in the '80s.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Ice Cube, Easy E,
Mm. Mm.
uh, uh, let me see who I used to listen to a lot back then. Slick Rick,
Say Greg, that's number five.
yeah, Slick Rick. I mean, can I name Spade and Todd because they was most definitely in it.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
right there.
Mixed Master Spade.
There.
I
Yeah.
like this voice, Todd. You know,
Hold on. So
yeah, Todd,
you Metal Spade and Tidy
Toddy
T.
T, yeah, King
Okay,
T,
that's seven. King T is seven. I mean,
uh,
is eight.
uh, 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 MC8.
That's a good one.
Um, I hadn't even got the eight rappers that quick. Had I?
You're number eight.
I'm on number 8. Who all I name?
Yeah. Shit, I
Uh,
didn't even I didn't even
okay,
keep up.
okay, okay. Uh, let me see.
And you can also put in like a 11 for if you
I like the
if
Dana Dane too. I like the Dana
Danny
Dane.
Danny Dane
Yeah,
with fame.
yeah,
Danny
yeah, yeah.
watch
And it's somebody else. I know I'm gonna remember later on. Let me see. In '84, like '85, '86, '87. I'm gonna tell you, I liked the Beastie Boys.
All right, that's your 10. All right, check
Yeah.
this out. Give me 5 Compton rappers that started in your time. That was more underground, more out the trunk. That was more, Uncle Jam Army's era. You know what I'm saying?
Give you five of
Five,
them,
only five.
like Spade.
Spade, Compton.
Yeah. Not only from the '80s, right? Or what?
It's your favorite in your era.
In my era. Well, DJ Quick wasn't really in my era, but he was making them underground tapes in '87 and '88
Mm,
because when I heard his tape,
Cause
huh,
you kind of pre DJ Quick though.
huh? You say what?
I said you kind of predate DJ Quick,
Yeah, yeah.
but we'll put DJ Quick because we did have the underground tape.
Because he wasn't. See, I'm gonna tell you something. I gotta say DJ Quick because I heard his tapes. I heard his tapes back in '87, the underground tapes and stuff. But he wasn't out. He didn't come out till like '90. When I heard his tapes, I told him he was gonna be a star.
Mm,
Get me? I told him you're gonna be a star. You know. You know what I'm saying? DJ Star. I like his tape.
okay, that's
It's
number
just
three.
really corny. It's really corny. And Spade, DJ Quick, um, DJ Star, most definitely Tony T. I love. Hey, that that classic underground tape right there was
Yeah,
big. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
that was definitely big.
Yep. I liked it all mine, but I'm not throwing myself in it. But anyway, oh, and
Got one. You got one more.
uh, who? Let me see. Who else was making tapes out there?
And look, you can put it
Vegas.
number six.
I'm gonna say Vegas. You know what? I
DJ
gotta say
Vegas.
DJ Vegas. Yeah, I gotta say DJ
I
Vegas
knew
because I'm
that.
gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something about DJ Vegas. When I heard, see, DJ Vegas made a tape with Spade before I made tapes with Spade.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and yeah. He was on there. He would be like Spade's little DJ or whatever. Or Spade would be, and he had a rap. I think he had one rap, right? And that
Hmm.
rap made me want to rap, dude.
Mm.
DJ Vegas, DJ Vegas played a big part of me saying I'm gonna make me a tape. I'm gonna rap for real, for real, for real. Because you know why? Because I heard all right, Spade made me a tape. It was on the first tape I got from Spade was an 8 track. Cause my mom had an 8 track player in her Continental.
Damn. Hey, them was the good old days. I remember
Yeah,
them eight.
yeah. I had an 8 track, right? And on that record, you gotta have heart to live in New York.
Or
That
yeah.
one. Well, Spade kept looping it because it didn't. I don't think it had. I don't know if it had a instrumental. He would play the vocals part, right? But like he would loop it some kind of way, and Vegas was on there rapping, and his voice to me it just didn't fit his body because Vegas is a buff dude. You know what I'm saying? But he
Hmm.
had that soft voice, that cool voice, and he had that rap and stuff. Man, I used to always play that. I used to always play it, man. That was like one of my favorite tapes of Spades, right? When
Yeah.
Vegas was on there. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Hmm.
and I was already like trying to mix, at the same, at the watching Spade, you know. But look, this what I got to tell you. See, like when I said it was hard for me rapping, I mean, mixing and rapping in at my house, in my room, when my mama
Hmm.
heard it, right? Um, I thought the same thing at first, that Spade was messing up my records. Because when he told me to go get the records, go get a couple records, and I did. So he put the record on. He had two of the same records on there. So I said, damn, he already got that record. Why did he ask me, for that record? He already got one, right there, right? And
Hmm.
so he had like my record on that turntable and his record on that one. Well, on his records, it had, with a marker, it said Spade on it, right? He wrote, write his name on his records, right? Well, I didn't. Well, the first time I ever saw anybody mix, it was Mixmaster Spade. I saw him grab that record and I stopped. I said, whoa, whoa, whoa,
Hey,
whoa, 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 what you doing?
back in
I
those
thought he
days,
was, Huh?
did the DJs have Technique 1200s back then, or what kind of record players
We
did they have back then?
no, we didn't have no techniques. We just had some old. We had mixed match turntables and shit. Spade had some mixed match turntables. He had a realistic mixer. They didn't have new marks and stuff. He had a realistic he got from from Radio Shack. I bought one with the crossfader.
Mm.
I like that little mixer, right? You know what I'm saying? And
Was it a Remark?
huh? Was it what?
That the mixers that they had back in those days were they Remark mixers?
Newmark, you mean?
Newmark, yeah, that's my bad. Newmark.
Yeah, Newmark probably was top of the line, and
That was like
Spade didn't get one
that.
till like a couple of years later. But I never get a Newmark. I stuck with the realistic one. As far as mine, because I had DJ equipment too and stuff.
Who? What was the first turntable that had the crossfader on it?
I don't know no turntable that had a crossfader on it.
No, I said mixer.
I don't know exactly. I mean, I know the first one I heard of was was what was that?
The Newmark.
The realistic. No, the realistic.
Okay.
That's the first one I heard of.
That was a big turntable back. I mean, that was a big mixer back then. Hello.
Hey, oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You there? You there?
Yeah. Yeah. That was a big mixer back then, right? There was only a few mixers, but that was one of the first ones that people actually used, right?
Uh, that's the first one I used. Yeah, I gotta do something in like 3 minutes. I gotta transfer this money over in about 3 minutes.
Okay.
Unless,
Man.
unless you wanna hold on.
We got a
You wanna
couple of
hold
minutes
on?
left. How about you give me your top 5 DJs from Compton back then?
From Compton,
Yes.
Dance a
And
Lot
then,
Kid,
say that
Dance a
again.
Lot Kid, Dance a Lot Kid. Um, Back then, like I want to say DJ Joe Cooley, M Walk. Far as in Compton,
Yeah.
yeah. Uh, Spade, Spade, Spade for damn sure. He's like one of my favorites. I learned from Spade. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's 3 so far.
That's three.
Yeah.
Um, R.A. the DJ.
R.A. the
Take on my
DJ.
street. Yeah, yeah. And
Where's he was
huh?
Compton?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And I didn't know DJ Pooh at the time. He wasn't. He wasn't.
Mhm.
He wasn't in Compton. Um, I want to say. He didn't never really pursue the DJing and stuff or whatever. But my little homeboy Keith Davis, he was smooth with his DJing and stuff. We call him Mixmaster KD. you know,
Mm,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
good, man. Well, look,
yeah.
man. We're gonna continue this later on this week, man. I know you don't got much time. I know you out there making your money, man. So I appreciate you coming to the first episode of my show, man. I really appreciate that. We're gonna finish this up this week. I'm gonna have my boy
Most
Molly on,
definitely, most
and
definitely.
I talked to him earlier, and he said, if you want to, he working on his album right now, and if you wanted to do some, if you want to stamp his album for him and do, either do some ad libs or do an intro on it for him, it's up to you. But I'm gonna
Well,
let you. I'm gonna
well, we
let
all, well, we all keep our fingers crossed. I keep mine crossed too. We keep our fingers crossed and make and hopefully it happens.
oh, it will happen.
Most
I've already,
definitely.
I already got it. I already got everything taken care of, man. So I'll let you know when that time come and where to show up at for the studio. 9 times out of 10, it'll be out there in Moreno Valley or the farthest city in Riverside or Paris. I gotta
Okay.
ask him where he record at, man.
Okay.
So and yeah, man. I appreciate you coming on to the first episode of my show. You know what I mean? And
Okay.
we talk. Sometimes, we'll up a little bit. Do your thing for enjoy yourself. Be careful and appreciate taking the time.
Okay,
Hey,
okay.
let everybody know how to contact you about your show that you have on Facebook
Yeah,
or everything.
on my Facebook is Kenneth Williams. You know, in parentheses is Mixmaster Ken. On Instagram is at Mixmaster Ken. You know, and like I said, you know how me and Mixmaster Spade did it back in the days, girls. Ha ha! Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Hey,
I gotta hear him transfer this money before 12 o'clock.
yeah. Give us an outro real quick, man. Real quick, some old school stuff.
Oh well, hello, how you doing? This is Mix King. They told me that the police looking for me again. So if they catch me, then they caught me, and if they get me, then they got me. Yeah, I know they want to arrest me, but it's something about me. But now I gotta go, so I get with you soon. But I probably come and visit you tomorrow afternoon. Boom, boom, boom. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, well, do your thing, brother. I really appreciate you coming on, man. We'll
Okay.
chat real soon, like always. And
Okay. I got 2 minutes. I gotta get off here.
oh yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, I got to get off too, man. I got some food in the microwave right now, so man, we'll chop it up, man. And like I
Okay.
said, we're gonna come on again this week. I'm gonna have my boy Mozzie with you, and
All right. I
we
gotta
should.
go. I gotta
Okay.
go. I ain't gonna get paid.
Oh yeah, there you go, bro. I'll holler at you a little bit later.
Okay.
All right, bro.
I go.
All right.